Hi, my name's Janine Regan-Sinclair and I'm about to read two chapters from my first book, The Angel, the Witch and the Warrior. I hope you enjoy. Chapter 10. Karma. In order to understand life and how it works, it's important to know a little bit about karma. We're taught that we create karma with every single thought, word and deed. All actions have a reaction and they all have consequences to you, your family, people you interact with and your whole community, the whole world, and no one can escape it. Karma teaches us how to behave and that what goes around comes around. In general, if you're good to people, people will be good to you. If they're not, maybe you're being tested. Karma helps us to evolve spiritually into aspects of being connected with our higher self, allowing us to be more compassionate, sensitive and wise. The thing you need to watch out for is the ego. The ego self does not stop functioning when we are growing, and you can still find yourself relating to others from a selfish point of view. The ego needs to be conquered in order for us to progress. So what is karma? Well, there are basically four types. The first is the result of all past life actions, your total cosmic debt. This is added to or reduced by your actions on a daily basis. The second is the part of your past life karmic debt that has been worked on in this life. If you lessen your karmic debt in this life, you get to work on more of your past life debts and clear them, or not. The third is karma that is added to your past life karmic debt based on your actions in this lifetime. If you don't reduce your past life karmic debt and instead add more debt, karma will be sent to your future lives to be worked upon. The fourth is instant karma. It's created daily and it's worked off immediately. It doesn't get added to past life karmic debt. For example, if you murder someone, you get sent to jail, debt paid. Karma means as you sow, so shall you reap. In other words, you get back what you give out. And this applies to all areas of life. It's about cause and effect, action and reaction. Justice will be done. Your karma is your responsibility and there is no escaping it. Next time something bad happens to you, stop and think, what did I do to bring this on? The answer will soon come. Remember that thoughts, words and deeds create karma. Bad-mouthing someone or thinking nasty thoughts about them is actually a form of psychic attack. It will come back on you, guaranteed. Someone cuts you up in your car and you're tempted to swear and curse at them. I advise you to stop and think. You will be psychically attacking that person, creating bad karma for yourself. The wise thing to do would be to see it as a test. Just take a deep breath and let it go. If you're really wise, you might think, bless them, they must be in a hurry. When you bless someone, you are sending very positive vibes and thus invoking positive karma for yourself upon its return. It's simple. This way of thinking teaches that karma is a constant cycle of birth, death and reincarnation. It exists in order for us to learn. Earth is a beautiful mystery school containing the secrets of success. The answer is simple, and love is the key. We keep incarnating until we have learned our lessons. It's all about spiritual growth and purification. And karma exists solely in order for us to learn. It's not about punishment, although it can feel that way at times. Your experience is exactly that, your experience. You created it. It's not just you, we're all in the same boat. Before we incarnate, meaning born into this lifetime, we all agree to face certain trials and tribulations. These are the result of actions of our past lives, our cosmic debt. When we are born, we have our past life memories erased. There are two reasons for this. One is to make sure that we have really learned our lessons from the past, and the other is to stop us being overwhelmed with all the memory from all of those lives. Imagine all of that information consciously in your head. It doesn't bear thinking about. The whole process is about evolving into higher levels of perfection, purifying every thought, word and deed. This applies to everybody, whether you're spiritual or not. There are no exceptions. It's universal justice for all. It's completely fair and accurate. There are no karmic mistakes. For example, there are no innocent people in prison. They might be innocent of the crime they are incarcerated for in this life, but it may be that they have committed a crime in a past life and got away with it, or so they thought. There is no such thing as getting away with it in this life. Past lives or future lives, it all eventually catches up with you. Karma will continue until we all become spiritual masters. It begins and ends with love, unconditional love. If all you give out is love, all you receive will be love, the perfect life. We are all on a journey through the school of life until we master it. We are here to learn and gain wisdom. If you choose love, tolerance, forgiveness and compassion, the lessons will be easier to learn. Life will be a dream, problem-free and a pleasure to be a part of. The choice is yours. We all get caught up in karma of other people at some point in our lives, and we can worry and get involved. But this is the worst thing we can do. Instead, ask God, or whatever you believe in, to send them blessings and ask the angels to help them sort themselves out. We can help other people, but only if they ask for help. Giving it away is interfering, not the wisest thing to do, and can have repercussions. Fortunately, we are moving into a new way of being, and soon karma may be a thing of the past as we ascend to greater levels of consciousness. The more I have developed, the more clearly I can see that karma is merely a belief, a program in the matrix that creates consequences, albeit a deep-rooted one that is beyond our control. Chapter 13. Dimensions, physical and non-physical. In general, most of us believe that the solid world we see with our eyes, the physical world of time and space, consists of separate elements. This could not be further from the truth. For a start, time and space are not separate entities. They only appear to be that way because of our perception of reality. We look at creation through three-dimensional eyes and see only solid matter, and we call it the physical world, solid and separate. We may also believe it to be unaffected by the past and future, but this is not true either. It's obvious that life has been affected by the past, but influences from the future are not so obvious. In the non-physical world, there is no time and space. The past, present and future all exist at the same time. They are all happening at the same time. Therefore, the present is affected by the past and the future, because they all coexist in the non-physical realms of creation, and a change in one immediately affects all. On that basis, since all things are interrelated, everything has a level of consciousness and memory. In the non-physical world of dimension, all things are truly connected to one another and therefore to the whole, hence oneness. This being the case, things do not just exist in one dimension at any one time. They exist in other levels of reality, in other dimensions, and any one act can have a small or large effect on another level, which is removed in time and space, thus creating change in both the physical and the non-physical realms. Our simple laws of physics cannot always explain these events and the effects they have in our physical world. This means that there is a lot more to us, the world we live in, the universe and the whole of creation than we have previously perceived. We are, in general, inexperienced in the working and understanding of these other worlds or realms of existence and spiritual dimensions. Because of their immediate effect on our 3D world, maybe now is the time for us to learn more, to communicate, and to evolve accordingly into multidimensional beings of light that we truly are. It's time to break down the barriers and join with our brothers and sisters from these other realms. First, we need to forget about the more conventional laws of physics and edge more towards the laws of quantum physics by looking at the principles of probability and uncertainty. Quantum mechanics is a theory of many parallel universes. The difference between one universe and the next can be so small, maybe only one photon, but the reality in that world could be vastly different from ours. It takes all sorts to make a super universe. Reality does not consist of only one dimension, but in general we can only see one of them, namely the third dimension. This is, of course, unless you're clairvoyant or you know how to journey through meditation. Then the possibilities are endless. In the chapter on meditation later in this book, I refer to crystal skulls. I believe that the skulls will help mankind to evolve into higher levels of consciousness and perception, connected on a higher level and capable of interdimensional travel, if only through meditation techniques. The macabre is our light body, which is said to help us travel to other dimensions through meditation. Maybe our macabre will take us where we need to go. Think of it as a kind of flying saucer made of light, capable of taking us through portals when we are meditating and enabling us to explore the matrix of consciousness. This is pretty mind-blowing stuff, but nevertheless, it's easier than one would think. If travelling to other dimensions sounds weird, consider this. 500 years ago, we thought the world was flat. Try not to work it out with a rational mind. You're a light being with amazing superhuman abilities. You just need to open your mind and believe. Many people assume that science proves metaphysics to be false, that all things relating to God, heaven, hell and the soul, for example, don't really exist. This is the view of skeptics, not scientists. In this age of quantum physics, these invisible entities and the energies may be shown to exist in other realms in a parallel dimension. We live in a kind of psychic soup, and just because we can't see these other beings doesn't mean they're not there. There appear to be many different dimensions, and I've listed the main ones I'm aware of below. Many of these are referred to in the Urantia book, an amazing encyclopedia of information relating to the whole of creation. This was first published by the Urantia Foundation in 1955. So in the local universe, the first dimension is the mineral kingdom. The second dimension is the plant kingdom. The third dimension, humans and animals. Fourth dimension, astral and interplanetary souls. The fifth dimension, extraterrestrial beings. The sixth dimension is ultra-terrestrial beings. Similar to the extraterrestrials, the so-called ultra-terrestrials are creatures that come from other dimensions as opposed to other planets. The super-universe is made up of dimensions 7, 8 and 9. The seventh dimension is the Ascended Masters. They're the parent race to the fourth dimension. The eighth dimension are the Galactic Masters. They're the parent race to the fifth dimension. And the ninth dimension are multi-dimensional oversouls. They're the parent race to the sixth dimension. The central universe contains dimensions 10 through 15. The 10th dimension are the timeline engineers. The 11th dimension are the Time Lords. Think about Doctor Who. The 12th dimension are the founders of the universes. The 13th dimension are the Central Universe Administration. The 14th dimension are the Central Universe Headquarters, and the 15th dimension are referred to as Paradise Trinity. It would appear from this list there is quite a lot going on out there. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed these excerpts, and you can find my books on my website crystalkey.com. That's crystalki.com. Have a good day.